Yo, what's going on, people? Gonth here, back with another squad review. This time, just a little bit different to my last two because this time, as you can see, I've gone for what I like to call a scrubby English Premier League squad. My last two teams cost me, one of them cost 1,000,000 coins, another one cost 800k, and then the last one I was saying cost around 600k, I think. And this one have only cost me, I think, just over 100k. So yeah, I am gonna call it scrubby, and it's revenge really, because I've been getting absolute battered with my other teams, with teams that are worth almost, well, I say almost, completely nowhere near as much as the teams I was playing with, and it was getting really annoying. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go back to basics. I'm gonna go with cheap but players who actually get the job done. So as you can see, Petr, absolute beast in goals. The guy has got monkey arms because nothing gets past him. He's just Petr. Honestly, if any of you are looking to get a keeper in the Premier League and you've got, I think he was about 7k, Petr is your man. Honestly, he's amazing. Straight away, you might be thinking, but you've got Gibbs, Inform Gibbs. He only came out yesterday, and Inform Javinho, who's almost 200k, so that's not really a sweaty team. But guys, these are just here to look pretty at the moment, because I usually replaced Javinho with Lennon, and I've only used Javinho now in the final, in one final, so he is just there really to look quite pretty. But anyway, moving on, we've got Colo Toure here, absolute tank for his price. I think I paid 3k for him in a 4-4-2, and he's brilliant, man. Doesn't miss a slide tackle, strong as anything, quite fast, pretty fast, 75 pace, so he's quite quick as well, and his in-game stats are quite beast. Between these two, best, they cut out any pass. Their interceptions must be amazing because they just intercept everything. But Colo Toure, amazing buy, cheap as chips, and he's amazing. So yeah, that's Colo. Moving on to David Luiz, possibly the best defender in the Premier League, in my opinion. Never mind Team of the Year Vidic. This is your man. 6k in a 4-4-2, and he is amazing. Absolute rapid with 79 pace. That's brilliant for a centre back. Doesn't miss a header. Strong as anything. Cuts out anything. You try pass a ball in front of this guy, he's gonna cut it out. His interceptions are so high, and he's just so good. He's amazing. He's actually quite good at going forward, like in real life as well. So David Luiz, brilliant. And the best thing about these two, these three even, or you could even say these four, is a lot of you can afford them. They're very cheap. Like I said, Carlo was about 3k, Czech was about 7, David Luiz 6k, and Mika Richards, I'm not sure, I'm just going to go with 4 or 5k in 4-4-2s as well. So brilliant bargain. But now we move on to Mika Richards, the right back. It was out of him and Glenn Johnson or even Carl Walker I was going to get. Mika is the slowest out of all three of them, with only 84 pace, but he's the strongest. He's got amazing defending and amazing heading for a right back, so I went with Mika Richards. Only an overall of 80, but this guy is a tank. I don't really have to even explain. Most of you have probably tried him or know what he's like in real life anyway, but on this game, he is a tank. Fills in for the centre back position as well quite a lot, and he's just brilliant. So Mika Richards, cheapest chips. Get him if you can, if you're ever going to go for a Premier League team. Gibbs, like I said, kept it him and Javinho from my last Arsenal squad because they were the two of my favourite players, and they're both obviously, well, I was going to say Premier League again, but obviously, but they were two of my favourite players. They're quick and they just look pretty, so yeah, I kept these two. But what was I going to say? Yeah, Gibbs, he's possibly, obviously, because he went on for him yesterday, and there's not really any other left backs other than Evra. And who else is good? Yeah, Ashley Cole. Gibbs is probably the best out of those two, so that's another reason why I kept him. He does stag quite a lot over Santos because, as you can see, he's a lot better. His overall might not say he's a lot better, but trust me, he's a lot better. His stats, well, if I can get onto him. His stats, he's got 86 pace, as you can see. He's got decent dribbling, good, okay defending, but his in-game stats are pretty good as well because he's got amazing agility and he is good going forward. Swings a lot of balls in. So he was about 50k when I bought him, but that was on the day he came out, so he's probably gone down by a lot now. But Gibbs is brilliant. And then moving on to Bale. The on-form card of this guy is the best winger I have ever seen. The on-form version of Bale is amazing, but his 86 normal version, as I got here, which was quite cheap, 17k I paid. Brilliant, does the job. He's so strong going forward. One of my favourite players. I'd definitely choose Bale over Nani or Ashley Young because Bale is definitely my favourite. If any of you can afford him, he's 17k I think. Make sure you get Gareth Bale because he's just a tanker going forward. And even though he's left-footed on the left side, which some people might say is a bit crap because he can't cut in and shoot, he actually can. He cuts in and he will just drill it top corner. So Bale, great buy. I'm sticking with Bale. Another cheap player, but his stats are just brilliant, is Nasri, as you can see here. Great player, great in-game stats. It's quite cheap as well. 84 pace, 78 shooting, 88 dribbling, which is just amazing, and 82 passing. He's just an all-round amazing player. Quite nimble on the ball as well. He doesn't get badged off too easy, but not the strongest, but he is good. So Nasri, if any of you can get him, quite cheap. Possibly one of the best centre midfielders in the Premier League. So Nasri, there we go. Donovan, another absolute great player, absolute beast, should I say. He's been price fixed by someone's got about 20 of him up. Price fixed, but I paid 80, was it 18 or 15? 15, between 15 and 18k for him. And he's been brilliant for me so far. He scored an absolute rocket earlier from about 35 yards. He does get back a lot as well. He's quality Donovan. I didn't think he was going to be that good. I didn't know whether to get he was out of him or I was just going to stick with Arteta from my old team, but went for Donovan. Just look at that. He got 87 pace, so he's quite quick. 80 shooting, 82 pass, and 83 dribbling, and his long shots are good as well. His in-game long shots. So Donovan, great buy, quite cheap. I'd definitely go for him. Obviously, I don't really need to tell you much about Jovino. He's in my last team. I kept him. In fact, I'll do what I normally do because I normally put Lennon there. So yeah, we go for Lennon. 3k I think I paid for him in a 4-4-2. Absolute rapid, weak and hasn't got a good pass, but trust me, I think his shot is shocking. What is it? Yeah, 62 shot, but earlier I cut inside with him and scored a finesse top corner, which I wasn't expecting with Lennon. So his stats can be deceiving. He is good, Lennon. He's been good for me lately so far. He cuts in a lot. He says he got a bad pass, but actually I think he's quite good. His passing's not actually as bad as it says, so it might just be his long passing that's bad, but his short passing seems to be quite decent. He's so rapid, gets up and down those wings like you've never seen before, and yeah, definitely go for him on the right if you can afford him. Only 3k and he's in a 4-4-2 as well, so that's Lennon. Torres, I don't think I need to really tell you about this guy. He's evil. He's actually evil. The best striker in the Premier League, and he costs 20k. In my opinion, he does everything. He's strong as anything on the ball. He's got amazing shots, amazing long shots, amazing finesses, amazing everything. He's just perfect. He links up with Suarez as well, like with the 1-2s, and they're just brilliant, man. But honestly, Torres, it was like what he was like on FIFA 11. I call him such a scrubby player because he's only 20k I paid for him in a 4-4-2, and he's just amazing. He does anything. You go and get a top striker like I had 88 Van Persie, 100k. I've had Aguero, 100k. I've had all the top strikers. My mates had inform Team of the Year Rooney, 2 mil. But this guy does anything any of those can do. He's amazing in the air. He's amazing. He's even good at tackling. He is just the all-round perfect striker. You could not ask for anything else. For 20k, go and get him, lads, because he's just amazing. But yeah, his stats are 86 pace. So there we go. 84 shooting, 83 dribbling, and he's very strong as well. So Torres, best scrubby boy you can get. Bam. Luis Suarez, 87 upgraded. lost a lot of people money because there was an inform of him as well. Great player, 85 shooting. He's so nimble on the ball. His agility is unreal. Scores so many goals, man, and links up so well with a 1-2. Absolute rapid. Love this guy. But yeah, so if you're ever gonna go for a cheap Premier League squad, I know it's not the cheapest, but this cost me around about 100k. That's not very expensive compared to my other teams that were like 8 times the price of this. And this team has been my best team so far. I knew that it was going to be because of how just sort of scrubby it is, and even though the players are cheap, they're still unreal players. So if you got around about 100k laying around, you're going to go for a Premier League squad to win tournaments. Bam, there's your team right there. Brilliant. But yeah, I've also got Mata. I didn't need the 87 one, just stuck with the 85 one in a 4-4-2. Paid not much for him, but he's been coming on a lot and he's good. Impact player. Then we got Omri. Just this guy doesn't even need an introduction. He scores so many goals. People actually don't believe how good Omri is. He's a tank. I love the guy, man. His inform card must be beast, because that card, he's so strong. He's amazing in the air, and he's got a rocket. So Omri, couldn't let him go. Brilliant player. And then we just got Song, Santos, and Dejuru. But yeah, lads, if you're gonna go for a team, this is the team you want in a 4-4-2 formation. I love it. Personally, my favourite team. But I'm out anyway. I'll leave you with some goals now. Remember to subscribe to my channel and leave a like if you can. Peace.
Keeping the heat on, even though summer's coming and gone. I would sail across the east sea just to see you on the far side. When the wind is cold and angry, there will be to take me inside. My phone is to fill the empty, far from all the hysteria. I don't care if we suddenly find ourselves in Siberia. Siberia. Details